Hello everyone, I'm Seth with Exotic Motorsports, and this is our 2009 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 with 93,312 miles. The front end overall, in my opinion, especially considering the year and mileage, looks pretty good, but it is not perfect. You do have, starting at the very bottom here, some scuffing around the outside of the front lip. Most predominantly on the sides. This is probably the most noticeable scuffing. So we have that. There's rock chips pretty consistently throughout the front. Have some wear over here. Most of the flaws on this car have been paint matched, so I will say the issues that it does have do not stand out. Most of them are pretty unnoticeable. Have a couple of rock chips here in the vinyl, so the vinyl is not completely perfect. And here you can kind of see some of the marks in the front bumper, scratches, rock chips, etc. And they're pretty evenly throughout the front. As it reaches the curve of the hood, oh, it's on the headlight lenses as well. As it reaches the curvature of the hood, it tapers off. So right at about this area is where it starts to be significantly improved as far as the condition. So further back on the hood, looks really good. Same with the fenders, pretty typical rock chip wear patterns. Front driver's side fender, again, up until about halfway past the wheel arch here. Forward, it does have a decent amount of rock chips, but moving back, they are significantly less. Pretty awesome red Cobra badge there. Or snake, I guess. This isn't a Cobra, but a snake is, you know what I mean. Front driver's side wheel. A little bit of rash there around the edge. And a little bit on this side. A little bit on the top as well. Pretty insignificant. It's really not that bad, not that noticeable. Driver's side mirror. Couple of super tiny little rock chips. Overall looks pretty good. Driver's side door. A few tiny little imperfections here in the paint. But like I said, most of them are paint matched. Very difficult to see. I am definitely nitpicking this car, but you deserve to know exactly what condition it's in. Small mark down there as well. Rear quarter panel, driver's side, again, a couple rock chips here in that curvature of the door. Just after it. Body panels don't quite line up right there. But overall, I think the rear quarter area does look really nice. It is really clean. Rear driver's side wheel looks good. It does have some minor kind of etching into the finish. It's not dirt, that's part of the wheel. You can see more of that etching over here. That's all that's wrong with that wheel. Not noticeable at all. Moving to the back of the car. Very nice polished exhaust tips, look really good. Lower segment of the bumper is in good shape. Again, we've got a few panel gaps here. And we've got just a couple super tiny marks. Very minute imperfections, just like any car would, especially being 12 years old with 93,000 miles. Here in the top left, we've got some scratching. Kind of difficult to showcase here, but there are some minor imperfections in the paint there. This side looks good. I'm assuming in the top left, somebody had some difficulty removing a badge or something. Rear spoiler looks great, as does the trunk lid. That's all in good shape. Moving over to the passenger side, looking at the rear quarter panel. Pretty consistent with the driver's side, just a few blemishes throughout the paint, pretty evenly dispersed. It looks like there have been some rock chips that have been paint matched because they look like tiny little paint dots like that. They almost look like water droplets. But overall, the rear quarter passenger side looks good. rear passenger wheel. Again, we have some of that kind of wear, that etching on the inside of the wheel, on the lip, and some of the spokes. No wheel rash though. Wheel looks good other than that. Passenger door. Passenger door looks really good. Passenger mirror. A couple rock chips, no big deal. Front passenger fender. Same story as the driver's side, pretty symmetrical wear, about halfway from the wheel arch forward. You do have some rock chips, and then moving back, obviously the wear is significantly decreased. And the front passenger side wheel, has a little bit of rash on it, but not as much etching. Overall, I think the wheel looks really good. So I will go ahead and walk around the vehicle from a 1 foot distance to give you a better big picture idea of the overall condition of the car. Here at Exotic Motorsports, we do these comprehensive walk around videos to give our out-of-state buyers the confidence and peace of mind they need to purchase a vehicle from us sight unseen if they choose to do so. Walking around a vehicle from a 1 foot distance is a lot more indicative of what you might notice on a day-to-day basis and helps separate the larger, more obvious flaws from the smaller, less significant ones. This gives you a better, well-rounded perspective of the condition of the car, and hopefully gives you a more accurate depiction. So I think this GT500, year mileage aside, is in pretty good shape. Granted, the front end does have some wear, rock chips, etc., but I don't really think it detracts from the experience of owning this car. And if it bothered you enough, it's inexpensive enough to have this painted, that I think still owning the car at the price that it's listed at still makes it worthwhile. We do have beautiful black and red leather interior on the inside. This door is that kind of hard plasticky material, but the insert right here, the red portion, is leather. We do have one-touch windows for the driver and passenger side, power locks, power mirrors, power seats. Red inserts on these seats. They look really nice. A little bit of wear on the seat, but again, nothing that I feel like would detract from the experience of owning this awesome car. Back seats look phenomenal. They look brand new. Carpeting, all in great shape. It does also have the Shaker 1000 premium audio system there, with 2 subwoofers in the trunk that are factory mounted off to the sides, so you still get good audio quality without sacrificing all of your trunk space. 6-speed manual transmission, starts right up, no issues. And I love the shifter on this car. It's incredibly notchy and just gives you a really good driving experience. I love the way the shifter feels on this car. And there on the odometer, you can see we're at 93,312 miles. No warning lights, no issues, everything looks good. All the buttons are in great shape, and only one button in this car that I've seen has some wear, and that is the number 5 or shuffle button right there. That guy's a little worn out, but otherwise it's in good shape. Pink ring lights for the cup holders. It looks like a portion of that is burnt out. Same on the other side, maybe that's just how it's lit. Could be mistaken. The leather trim dash is in great shape. No UV damage or wear there. Auto dimming rear view mirror with a compass, supposedly, I think. Yep, there we go. So you can see there. Front passenger seat looks awesome. Very little wear, great shape. The interior of this car just looks really, really, really nice. Headliner also really good condition. No issues with the headliner. And now I will show you what about this car makes it so special. Why this is not just your average Mustang GT. Well, first off, the exhaust note. I hope you heard that blower, because I did. And that sounded really, really cool. So these have a supercharged V8, a 5.4 liter supercharged V8. They make a ton of torque and they sound really, really good. These cars are not raspy. They have a nice kind of smooth sound to them. And then of course, when you really sink your foot into it, the blower makes some noise and kind of just really ties the experience together. This car is really hard to drive without really getting in the throttle because it just sounds so good. The way the torque comes online, the way the car handles the power feels really good. It's just a ton of fun to drive this. It doesn't matter if you're going just up the block or if you're going across the country. This car is just really enjoyable. The idle is very smooth, sounds very healthy. The engine itself doesn't really make any noise, it's very quiet. Sends all of the good noises out the back except for the intake noise. The blower, you can hear JLT carbon fiber intake. All the mods will be listed in the sales listing. This car is definitely special, and owning this would be a joy in itself. It's still very practical, it's very comfortable. You can seat 4 people, it has a decent amount of trunk room, so it's not like a Lotus or something like that where you're giving up all practicality. This is still a car that you could daily drive if you wanted to, and it's just a ton of fun. It sounds great and turns head wherever it goes. So that is our 2009 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. If you have any further questions, please feel free to check out the sales listing on our website at exoticmotorsportsok.com. Thank you for watching.